What's happening? This is Uncle Jay here. I can be talking to you about anything in the world, but today I'm going to be talking to you about my predictions for UFC 133. But before I talk about that, I just want to make some quick comments about the Strike First show, Vitor versus Henderson. I just want to comment on the two fights. First fight I'm going to comment on is Tyron Woodley versus Paul Daley. And all I just want to say about that fight is, even though Tyron Woodley won, I was really impressed with Paul Daley. I mean, I was impressed by his takedown defense, his grappling skills, and he just showed a bit more intelligence, just in terms of the grappling area. I still think he needs to, believe it or not, work on his striking in the sense that don't look for the knockout, just let it come. I think if he did that a bit more, it would have been. I think the fight would have been a bit different. And I've heard other people say about the pride rules. I kind of agree from the context that I think you should be able to knee grounded opponents. Because for me, I think that's just one of those silly rules in MMA. Also, the Dan Henderson versus Fedor Emelianenko fight, that was a decent fight. But I feel, this is just my personal opinion, I feel that fight was stopped a little prematurely. I just felt like, I remember watching it and thinking, why did you stop the fight? I think the referee could have allowed the fight to go on. Now, I might be wrong because I'm watching it from a TV screen. Maybe if I was there live, I might have seen something that the referee saw, I don't know. But from where I was sitting at home, I think the fight was stopped a little prematurely, but still a good win for Henderson. Fedor, I think Fedor should just stop now. He should just retire. I know some people might say that's a bit harsh. I know he could take out low-level competition. He could even take out top competition. I mean, three losses out of 30-something wins. I don't know, but I just don't think his heart is in it. So, and this is not tennis. I just think he'll end up just getting himself really hurt. And technique-wise, I don't think he has what it takes to hang with the top guns. But anyway, let me focus on UFC 133. I'm just going to talk about the fights that interest me. So for that, and out of there's about 5 fights that interest me on that UFC 133 card. The first fight I'm going to talk about is Mike Brown versus Nam Phan. Mike Brown is very, very, very tough. Very, very tough. Good striking, good ground game. I think he's a tough opponent. I mean, he's a former champion. He's a former champion for a reason. Nam Phan too, very good on the ground, very good striking. His wrestling, I haven't really seen that much of his wrestling. To be honest, I don't think he has any wrestling. I mean, not that he's rubbish, but he's not a takedown king, if you get my drift. I'm gonna have to go with Nam Phan, just because I think he's slightly slicker on the feet. He uses a lot more. He has a lot more variations of strikes. He has very good movement, very intelligent on his feet. And I think the grappling, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I think his jiu-jitsu, the way he uses his jiu-jitsu, can counter Mike Brown's wrestling / grappling game. I just think Nam Phan would take this. I'm not saying he's. Put it this way: if Mike Brown is an 8, Nam Phan would be an 8.5. So I think he's going to win by unanimous decision. Next fight I want to talk about is Rory MacDonald versus Mike Pyle. Mike Pyle is not a joke. All you guys that follow MMA or have been following MMA for at least 3 years will remember when John Hathaway, the upcoming star, people were loving him left, right, and center, and then Mike Pyle comes and just upsets him. So Mike Pyle is not a joke. He's a veteran. He has skills in all areas. But Rory MacDonald, man, is special. You get good fighters, you get great fighters, and you get special fighters. A good fighter would be like a Michael Bisping. A great fighter would be like an Anderson Silva, GSP, those kind of fighters. And I actually think Rory MacDonald is a special fighter. He's definitely going to be a future champion. He has everything. Has wrestling, he has jiu-jitsu, he has great striking, and he's just a machine. He's like the Terminator. And I think Rory MacDonald is just your perfect example of what most MMA fighters are going to look like 5 years from now. So I think I'm even going to go out of my way to say I think Rory MacDonald is going to crush Mike Pyle. I don't think Mike Pyle is going to upset anyone this time around. Even though he's good, but Rory MacDonald I think is special. Next fight. Vitor Belfort versus Yoshihiro Akiyama. What does he call himself? Sexyama? Anyway, Akiyama is just a tough warrior. You know those guys that you're gonna have to knock him out or submit him for him to stop. His cardio has been a bit suspect in the past, but he's a tough guy. Vitor Belfort is not a joke. It's weird because when people think of Vitor Belfort versus Anderson Silva, they just think of the leg knockout kick, which was impressive. But if you go back and watch that fight, you see that Vitor Belfort did grab hold of Anderson Silva, and Anderson Silva he did make him a bit uncomfortable here and there. Vitor Belfort has some serious hands. He has good wrestling. He has good jiu-jitsu. Knockout power. Akiyama's gonna get it, boy. Akiyama's gonna get beaten up. I think if Vitor Belfort wins, it's either gonna be from unanimous decision or submission. Next fight. Rashad Evans versus Tito Ortiz. Tito impressed me. I did not think he was gonna beat Ryan Bader. If you go and check my prediction for that card, I thought Ryan Bader was going to destroy Tito Ortiz. I mean, my logic was, if you can't get past Matt Hamill, how are you going to get past Ryan Bader? But it was just one of those great moments. You know those moments where, I don't know if you've played any sport, be it football, basketball, or even if you do martial arts, where you just in the moment, you're just gripped in the moment and you do that special move. And everyone around you just gives you a big round of applause. But you can't do it again. It's just something that happened in the moment, but if they were to ask you to do it again, you wouldn't be able to do it again. I think that's what happened with the Ryan Bader thing. I think Tito Ortiz was just in the moment. He just connected with Ortiz, got him in a submission, and wow, we're all clapping. But if you put Tito Ortiz in the cage with Ryan Bader tomorrow, I think he would lose. However, Rashad Evans has been out for a while. I think, what has it been? 14 months? That's a year and 2 months. A year and 2 months. That's a long time. That's a very long time. If you don't do anything for a year and 2 months, you will be rusty. I don't care what you've been doing. But having saying that, someone that does martial arts himself, if you have been sparring a lot, like you've been doing a lot of training, if you've been doing a lot of if he lives training, whereby he trains every day regardless, he's been doing a lot of sparring, even if it's just like grappling, I think his reflexes will still be sharp. It will be like he's never left the cage. So taking into account the reason why he didn't fight John Jones was because he got injured. No, the reason why he didn't fight Shogun was because he got injured. Then after that, he was getting ready for Phil Davis before he changed to Tito Ortiz. I feel Rashad Evans has been in the gym for all that time, has been training, has been sparring, and I think his reflexes will still be there. So for me, Rashad Evans is going to win this either by unanimous decision or by knockout. Unanimous decision or knockout. I don't see him doing a submission. So it's either knockout or unanimous decision. So yeah, those are my predictions. As usual, like I do with all my videos, I like to leave a scripture. The scripture for this video is going to be Deuteronomy 4 verse 30, and this is just a reminder that God is there for you in terms of anytime you're facing any kind of distress, all you have to do is turn to God and He will be there for you. Alright, thank you for watching. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. If you're really passionate about any of the other fights that I've not mentioned, maybe like Chad Mendes versus Yaya or anything like that, leave your comments below. Subscribe, be a friend, and be on the lookout for one of my films that's coming out. It should be coming out today, which is what, the 31st of July. It'll be out on YouTube, so check out my channel for that. Alright, take care. Peace.